Hi, everybody. It's Saturday, so you know what that means. It's side dish time. And do we have a doozy for you tonight? It's going to be the last of our steakhouse series for a little bit. We're going to come back to it. But we go to the Western Village Steakhouse here in town, and they have au gratin potatoes that are, they're to die for. Now, if you're like me and you grew up eating au gratin potatoes just out of the box, then you know that there's probably something better out there. So that's what we're going to show you tonight, because I can tell you, we really didn't like au gratin potatoes in our house because that's all we got is out of the box. It's
you mean your house growing up?
Yes, house growing up. Here, that's what I mean, growing up. With me as always is Amy behind the camera, and Denise is over there.
Oh, not your lovely wife, Amy?
Yeah, you're just lovely. I'm sorry. I can't win today, apparently. So we're gonna get into this. It's not to there's a long period of cooking, but it's a short period of prep. So let's just go ahead and get into it. The first thing you're gonna want to do is you want to get like this is like a 2.5 quart like Pyrex dish, or what is this? It's a baking dish, Corningware. So something like that that's going to be able to take the oven. And you're going to take this little half of a garlic clove.
Yeah, the camera lens is really fuzzy. I was wondering if they were seeing fuzzy as well, or if it was just me.
Okay, hold on. I am a tech person, and I can fix things technically.
But somebody else has commented.
Oh yeah, because there's a giant smudge right on the lens.
Oh gosh, that's just so much better already. Oh wow, it's like a whole new world.
Yeah. All right, we're back. All right. So sorry about that. I must have smudged it with my thumb when I was putting the camera on the tripod. Anyways, I've got a little half of a clove of garlic here, and the reason why, and you're not going to think this is going to make a difference, but I've made this before, and it actually does. You're just going to take it and you're just going to kind of break it up on the bottom here. You're going to rub basically all the way up and down the sides with this. Whoa, garlic.
We escaped.
No, I got him. It's okay. The sink is clean, so we just got to roll with it here, folks. And we're just breaking it up, and we're getting the essence of garlic in here, and that's, essence of garlic.
I like this idea. Is this all you, or where did this come from?
This idea?
Yeah.
I've read it online. It's,
I feel like you could do this for a lot of other things
yeah,
too.
you're just getting it in there. Garlic is breaking up, and you're getting it in there.
Oh, you're gonna be so garlicky though.
That's okay. I'm already garlicky. I don't have to worry about vampires. All right. So that's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to butter it. So 2 things we love already, butter and garlic, right? So you want to just get this in here, and this is going to help everything from sticking. Now, this is very room temperature. So
you should try that paper towel dish I told you.
I am going to. Oh, the spread it with the paper towel?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, because
We have some help here about try washing your hands with a steel spoon or other implement helps get rid of the garlic.
Oh,
thank you.
Do we have any new people in the chat tonight? If you're new, give a shout out. I'll say your name on camera, and if you're not new and you want your name shouted out on camera, I can do that too. I don't know if that's like a thing people like, but anyways.
Well, I like it. Our names got read at the Washoe County School Board meeting.
That's true. We did a public comment.
They read Doug's name nicely. They butchered mine, but that's all right.
But they saw the name twice, and then they said it was like this the first time. It was like Blookie. Yeah, and then the next one was they got mine right. So I don't know what's going on there. The other thing, so keep this garlic, throw it in with your other garlic. You got 2 cloves. I've crushed them up. So let's do the same on this. Because we're going to throw them. You want a decent size saucepan. This is one of my favorites. Even though you got to put a hot pad on the handle.
Yeah,
it'll get real hot. So we're going to throw that in there. And we're going to, this is one, I got a shallot. and it's one shallot, and it's been quartered, and I've taken the outside, sort of the outside skin off of it, but I've left the root end on because you're going to see in a minute why. It doesn't really matter. And then we need, time. Lots of time. Everybody needs more time, but we need about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon. If you like more, put more in there. I mean, I just go with what it says. So
you're not, that's just the leaves. You're not chopping.
Nope.
Or you're
I'm just throwing the leaves and then breaking them up with my fingers. That's right. Okay. So that all I'm really doing is bruising it, and then the oils and the stuff are coming out. When I did this earlier, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 sticks worth here. And, you just take it by the woody end and pull it down. So
we have somebody named Count Kilmore on here. They claim that they're using a random account called Teddy Boys.
Yeah.
I know. And we also are getting some music lyrics on here.
Oh, very nice. Count Kilmore is a name of a video series we made as kids at Ted Hoyce's house.
Did you spell count incorrectly with a K?
Yeah. Count Kilmore, K.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you're gonna want about half a tablespoon of salt. Throw that in there, and then about half a tablespoon of fresh ground pepper. So this is we're not gonna do any other seasoning through this whole thing. This is really gonna be basically everything seasoned here. Unless you count cheese as a seasoning, which we do in this house. So
can we see inside your
Yeah. So that's basically what it looks like there. So the next thing we're gonna need to do, did we get a good?
Yep, we got it.
Okay. So the next thing we need is a cup and a quarter of heavy cream. Once again, nothing we do here on side dish is probably good for you. And
these are steakhouse side dishes.
That's right.
You don't go for low fat.
That's true. Oh, if you went to the main page today, you'll see I made a steakhouse side dish playlist, so you can watch all of these. And I'm gonna go back through and touch some of these up a little bit, just to not any of the content, but brighten up and maybe
splice together last week's that I boo-booed.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll figure that out. You want to, I shook up the cream because the fat will rise to the top and it gets really thick. So you want to mix it up and get there. The other thing is have a little spatula, because obviously it's heavy cream and, it's coating here. There's probably, when this all gets down there, there's probably 1/8 of a cup. So you just really want to get, you don't want to lose any of that.
At least not wanting that.
That's right. And it's cream. It's it's natural. It's good for you. So just don't drink it every day in your cereal. And then we're going to want another 1/4 of a cup. And that's it. Okay. So we've got this going, and then we're going to put it on the stove back here. We're going to get it going on a medium-low heat until it gets to a simmer. And then once it's simmering, we're going to let it simmer for about 10 minutes. What's going to happen is the garlic and the shallots are going to soften, and it's going to become real aromatic because of it's going to brighten everything up. So just going to throw it on here, and we'll get it out there. I'll watch it. I've got a wooden spoon here. And when it starts to soften the onions a little bit more, they're going to start to separate. And that's why it's good to leave the root end on there, because they'll separate and you can flatten them down. And then that way, they'll cook more evenly.
Is that the wooden spoon we got from a winery? They sent it to us, yeah?
Yeah, this says might as whale.
Oh, no, that came with the spoon rest that you're resting on.
Might as whale. Isn't that clever? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, it's potatoes au gratin, so we need potatoes. I've already... Oh, Amy wants me to show you. This is my singular potato I grew this year. It's the only one on the plant. The rest of it was just roots. And then this one,
good looking potato.
It's like the most perfect potato you could probably get. It's
very cute.
Yeah, it's very nice. So I'm gonna do a winter, or not a winter crop, but a fall crop of potatoes that I'll pull like October, November-ish. They're hardy-ish, so you can get them going, especially in our region. They'll be good. So I've got potatoes. Some potatoes are already in water. They've been there, kind of soaking to keep the starch and from browning. So if you,
this is gonna be fancy.
I know it's gonna get loud. So I've got this meat slicer, vegetable slicer, bread slicer, all in one.
We thought it was going to be a one-hit wonder.
Yeah,
right?
but it's work.
Not.
It really works really well for cutting loaf bread. That if you're baking bread, this is like you can get it out to like 3/4 to an inch a slice. Woo! You could do this on a mandolin. What you're looking for here is even thickness. The even thickness is going to be key here because that is going to be make sure that all of the slices of this potato and those potatoes cook the same. So
not to be picky, but could you pull that around a little bit so we don't have this background? Oh, actually, if you're right there, that's perfect.
Okay. Let me move the garbage can. So this is I'm not using the guard because I'm not going to get that close.
Even though he should be.
You should use the guard, but I'm pro-ish, and we're going to do it this way. I'm leaving the skin on. Why not? Give some texture. I've already cleaned these, but you want to do that, especially if you're going to leave the skin on. So I got I'd say, I don't know, what do you call that? 1/16 of an inch, maybe 1/8 of an inch. You know, yep, and that's it. This is all we're doing. We're just cutting it so that they're the same, and kind of want to. I'll have to because it's going to stick, and then I got to grab it. So, like I said, I'm a pro, so be careful when you do this. It's pretty fancy. You can do this with a knife if your skills are that you can get the same thickness slice every time.
So, like, how much is this tool?
I don't know. I got it for a present. I think it's like $125 maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And how often do you use this?
Well, so we have a rule in this house that you should be using the tools that you have before you go out and buy other things. So we don't always stick to it. But I use this pretty often, especially for bread. When I'm making bread, if I want really even slices, then that's what I use. I don't want.
You use it for steak sandwiches.
I did. Those were really good, by the way. So,
You use it quite a bit.
yeah, I think that like this is a tool that is you don't see like. Ooh. I'm gonna put this in for another. Actually, we'll leave it for another 5 minutes. Ooh, that'll be good because that'll finish, and then we can assemble.
Fries.
Whoa. You can make chips with this too. So these are actually, I would say these are really good chip because you can get a good curl on them. And I'll show you that here. Like they've been in the water and they're got a good curl on them. So
Why have they been in the water?
I don't want because the oxidation will happen on the potatoes, and then we're gonna.
So you don't have.
So you see how the water. So you see how the water is. It's coming out like peachy. So some of that is starch, some of that is coming off the skins, and then that little milky stuff at the end is that is starch.
But that's not a necessary step if we're doing this all together. Right?
If you were, since we're going to be doing this pretty quickly here.
You just did it because they were waiting.
Yeah. Though technically, while this is like getting to temperature, you would probably want to keep everything in water. We're not going to because I'm going to assemble it and we're going to cover it anyways. So they're going to cook. Okay. So while that is bubbling away, it's starting to get to a nice spot. Get a little, and so there's a trick here to this. And I was watching a video from Bon Appetit where Claire Savitz, who did this basically. So do you want to kind of fan them out like playing cards? And you want to do it by handful. So don't do it all at once, but do as much as you can. And then you're going to get it kind of in there where as much of the potatoes are touching the surface as possible. And then have another handful.
I don't understand what you mean.
There's stuff on the bottom.
Maybe I need to look.
They want it to get brown. So you've got it fanned out. You don't want them like this, where they're going to be clumped together.
Wait.
So see how that is?
Yeah,
you want them fanned out so as much as the surface area as possible is exposed, and then you just set them down. And we're just layering here, and this is going to be full and delicious. And oh my goodness, this is 2 pounds of potatoes. Russets. They're starchy. They're going to stay together nicely in the cooking, and they're going to really come together.
I'm trying to get like the best. Okay.
If you've got little holes or things like that, get them, you want to kind of fill it in. When this gets done, when it gets finished cooking in 8 minutes, we're going to pour it on top, and it's going to fill in the crevices, and it's going to come up, and it's going to, oh my God, it's going to blow your mind. So just throw these in here, and you're like, wow, that seems like it's already half full, and you've got but see, I'm pushing it up like that. That is now I'm about halfway. Again, they're kind of almost vertical.
Yeah, now they're standing up like soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just taking a little bit of the excess water off of here. It's not gonna really.
Ooh, you should put those in the salad spinner.
I could put them if Billy's out there. There's another use for your salad spinner. It's just it's not just your one-hit wonder like we thought. These have taken on these are pretty stiff. It's pretty interesting. Ooh, that would look at that chip.
That'd make a great chip.
Oh man, I think maybe we should make French fries and potato chips one episode, because if we're gonna put grease on the oven, on the stove, then that's what we should do. We should just get into it. Whoops, come on, get off the bottom.
Fried sides.
Yeah, fried sides.
Ooh.
So again, getting them kind of up. You're going to want to get all of these potatoes in here. So
how many pounds?
2 pounds.
You weighed them.
Yeah, I did.
I thought you were weighing something else. Oh, never mind.
That was the sourdough, probably.
No, the cheese, right?
I did weigh the cheese, but I'll explain about the cheese.
That's why I saw
Yeah. So, okay.
I noticed your card handling trick has gone out the window.
Well, no, it's because these ones have they're not stuck together as much because the shape they're concaving out. So it's kind of I'm just sort of filling in here now at the end. They're still spread out. I mean, they're not on top of each other.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom in here.
All right.
My excellent camera skills. Ooh, that looks amazing.
Yeah. So again, I'm just kind of, if there's you got a dead spot or something, throw one of these guys in there. Look at that. All right. Oh, look at that. It already looks great. We haven't even put any of the great sauce.
You know what? When I made these, I had so many mistakes. One of my mistakes was I laid them down. Right?
Yeah, I think the secret to this is the verticalness, or at least on a slant, because
Pull it closer to you and we'll be able to see.
Yeah. Because if they're laid down and they're just stacked on top of each other, you've got layers that even if you were to put the sauce, if you were to layer the sauce, they're still flat on top of each other. So you're going to have you'd have a thick potato all the way through that's not going to be able to cook.
No, the sauce gets in between there.
That's the other thing. So that's what we really are looking for. So we're going to,
I like how those are standing up.
Yeah, right? They look good. Oh, the ones over here are looking a little.
Laying down on the shelf.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk cheese. So there's a difference between scalloped potatoes and gratin.
Oh, Teddy just asked that. Here we go.
Okay, scalloped potatoes don't have cheese. And they're basically, or they might have a little bit of cheese, but they're really you just kind of lay them flat. You maybe have a layer of cheese, and then that's really it. You kind of bake them, and it's in a kind of a cream sauce, but not too bad. So this is starting to come up to a little bit of a boil. You do not want it to get to a boil, so we're going to turn it down now. And it just needs to simmer. And once it gets simmering, we got 4 minutes till that's done. But this is definitely unique. Cheese is a integral part of this, but the cheese doesn't go on until after you bake it, because really all we want to do is get these soaked, get the sauce on there, and really get that nice and like the combination of everything. The start, you'll get a little bit more starch out of these. It'll thicken up the sauce a little bit, and then we're going to take I've shredded 1.5 ounces of Gruyere cheese and about 1 or so ounce of Parmesan. This is Parmesan Reggiano. So if you just got, but do not use pre-shredded. I wouldn't buy pre-shredded anyways. If that's all you can get access to, fine. But
what's the problem with pre-shredded?
Well, a lot of times it's going to be coated. Any pre-shredded cheese is going to be coated in cornstarch, which is going to also, if you were trying to melt it, it's like when you try and melt cheese from a block that you've shredded yourself versus trying to melt pre-shredded cheese. It doesn't melt as evenly, and it actually takes longer. So,
and it's coated with the cornstarch, so it doesn't stick together in the back.
Yes.
So it's not bad for you. It's just not.
Yeah, you can eat cornstarch. It's no big deal.
Work the same.
Yeah. So again, I'm using. I'm going to use the little side. This is a medium. What's the matter?
Oh, that is weird. John is asking, did we already talk about the blue stuff on the microwave? Can we talk about the blue stuff on the microwave? And on the camera, it looks like all weird and blue on the microwave buttons, but it doesn't look like that in real life. So I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's like
and I put a psychedelic in everybody's drink remotely, so everybody's really starting to kick in. We're having a good time tonight.
Oh, John would also like to know if there's any reason you aren't hitting up the food processor to do this.
You could do that. It's
not very much though, and
yeah,
the food processor is a lot to play.
It's also that's one big thing, but the also I think I said it before. I like to be in the moment with my food if I'm cooking it, so I understand this is just as easy as, and I'm going to do multiple cheeses, so this is just as easy. And like Amy said, I don't want to have to clean all of that food processor.
Well, Amy doesn't want to.
Yeah, because I'm cooking, so she's got to clean.
I don't know. Does our food processor have a little side like that?
No.
A little grate?
No, that's the other thing too. All right, so there's that cheese. I'm just going to set that to the side. Okay, so before we go on to the Parmesan, I want to talk about this. So this is a cheese rind. When you buy it in blocks or in rounds or whatever, they're going to come with this rind on the outside of it. Don't throw these away. These are amazing for throwing in soup stocks because they have a lot of umami in them. And we want that that umami mouthfeel, or not mouthfeel, like savory-ish types thing. Taste. That's the word, taste. I'm just going to eyeball what an ounce looks like. It's really not that much. And you're really just there's 8. I did 8. So this is 1.5 ounces. That's an ounce. I just kind of eyeballed it from that.
I better look at it.
So now, let's combine it together. Okay. So I'm just checking. I'm going to check this really quickly, just see how my onions look and garlic started. And
how does it look? Can we see?
Sure. Give me 1 sec to kind of flatten out here. But I'm going to actually leave this in here for a tiny bit longer. Because see how the onions still are maintaining their shape?
Yeah.
I would go, the recipe the couple of the recipes that kind of do this, 10 to 15 minutes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go another 50, or no, not another 15. Wow, that'd be too much. But I'm going to turn the onions over so that there's sort of the side that was outside the cream is going to be underneath. Now, one of these is really, it's starting to soften. And so as I don't know, 5 minutes, we'll check it in about 2 or 3 minutes. And then, thanks Denise, really pulling things away. And then,
Your timer went off, so she's making room in case you want to pull it.
oh yeah, we want to do that, but I'm going to do a fancy swap here in a second. It doesn't matter if it's in there. So because it takes so long to cook, this is a recipe I've made 2 of these. And actually, what I've actually done is split this recipe in half. It makes 12 servings. If it's just 2 people, or even if it's like you don't want to make 12 servings, split the recipe in half. But if you're going to do it all at once, use like a 3.5 quart baking dish. And everything's basically the same, except for double everything that I said. Pretty simple. Math is, math. All right. Well, this is sort of doing its thing. How's everybody? I mean, we're good overall. It's kind of a crazy time where I'm preparing to go back to work in terms of, well, I've already been back to work, but preparing for students to come back to the campus here at the University in Reno. Amy's preparing to go back to work for the school district. So we'll see how long that lasts before, they shut us down again, which given the way the trends are, probably will happen. So
I have purchased sets of scrubs so that I can wash all of my clothes in hot water when I get home from school each day.
yeah.
And I have masks and I have a face shield. So we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I am looking forward to seeing kids in person. I think they need that.
Yeah. I think we just have to play it by ear, ready? My big motto for a lot of things is just be flexible. And, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So bend, don't break, right?
Yep. Someone else in the chat is making masks. Awesome.
That's good to hear. Masks are. How many people we got tonight? We got a nice
We have
crowd?
7 folks with us.
Oh, well, I'm glad everybody who's watching tonight is watching. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like to, go ahead and do that. If you like this video or if you watched any other ones, go ahead and like those too. And share this with your friends and family. Shout it from the mountaintop. All right, this is good. So I'm going to take this other tool.
I don't know who this person is.
Who is it? What's the name?
DefiX
That's from she's
MC.
from my Minecraft server.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
She is a seamstress. She said best excuse to expand my fabric stash. Heck yeah.
So this is an immersion blender. You could do this in a regular blender, but again, we're going to dirty this part, or we're going to dirty a whole blender. But what we're really going to do is I'm going to tilt this because the amount of cream
Are you
that's
going to tilt it away from us
no,
or towards us?
like this.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put it in, and I've got it on the lowest speed, I think. Yep, 1. And you want to kind of get it. Whoops, see?
It can get a little crazy.
No, I don't want it to get a little crazy. I need to do. So basically all we're doing is breaking up, but it's going to get, there we go. You're just chopping up the onion or the scallops and the garlic. Just pulse it. That'll be good. The other thing you're going to want to do is clear out these holes and then put it back in and really.
Probably that's not the right tool to do that with.
Well, you know what? Would you like me to dirty something else?
No.
Okay, perfect.
You have a little spatula right here in front of you.
Yeah, I probably do. All right, that's really all we need. Just got to find the right angle, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the right for everything, right? Just the right angle. Okay. So the nice thing about these immersion blenders are, ta-da! This thing just goes right here. There are there are other models like that you can get. Let's clean some of this up because that's splattered all over the place. That have you can get like have a whisk attachment. They have I think there's like one
I think that one does have other attachments, but we just never use it.
I don't think we have them.
But we maybe donated them.
Maybe.
We never use them.
That could be. That sounds like us. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this yum yum and we're just gonna pour it on top of here. So, you know.
Oh my god, I almost missed it.
Yeah. So I'm going back and forth here.
So this is why it's so important to stand those potatoes up, because now that's getting in between everybody.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of making sure everybody is in the pool here. And here comes Mr. Spoon or Mr. Spatula again.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose any of that yum yum because it really smells good. I don't know if Amy and Denise think it smells good, but it is good. So sorry for the bad camera work here or bad angles from my part. The camera work is great. It's my fault here. All right. So the other thing, I just want to take like, get a little crazy here and kind of if you look and you got somebody who's not like covered in that stuff or looks like it needs to be, take your spatula here and just spatula it up.
Go to your right and towards you. Yeah, that guy right there.
Oh yeah.
He needs some love.
So we're just gonna. This will the potatoes as they get warm, they're gonna start to conform a little bit, and it's gonna get real good. Okay, we're gonna cover this with aluminum or aluminum foil, as we say again. And I went a little extra because I really want it to be. I want it to be tight. And
those were onions. So you just mushed up the onions and the garlic.
Shallots. They were shallots. It was one shallot quartered. Okay, now here comes magic.
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to do several things. Okay.
There. We're gonna put this. You want to put this 325 degree onto it. 325 degrees, Doug. But why so low? Because I don't want to scald the milk and the cream. I mean, because you want it to cook and get nice and not congealed, but come together. But you don't want it scald or burned, so you get like a bitter taste from the milk or the cream. Jeez. And don't do that.
Good call, sir.
Jeez.
Don't do that.
One goes in and one comes out. What? That's right. For you, I baked. Okay, I put that on a middle rack in the oven, 325. We're gonna go 1 hour and 15 minutes. You're like, why 1 hour and 15 minutes? I don't know. You want the potatoes to be cooked and soft.
Look at that bubbling.
So,
oh my gosh, hold on.
Here's the other thing.
Oh, yeah.
You also, if you keep the temperature low, it's not the cream mixture isn't going to break. And breaking is bad. We want this to keep creamy and very, saucy like. So, I turn the broiler on to high, and I'm going to move a rack about as close as you can get that this pan's going to fit in there. And then I'm going to take this cheese that I grated, and we're going to let this kind of rest for like 5 minutes. So you have the other oven on high. Yeah. So we're lucky we have a double oven here, and thanks, Denise. And it has a broiler on each. So I got the broiler on high on the bottom one, and I'm baking the other one of these. So right now this is probably delicious, but it doesn't have the cheese. And we want. So right now, is that scallop potatoes? I don't know because of the cream sauce. That's the thing. I gotta look at it more closely. They're very, very similar. They're used interchangeably, I think. In some cases. So a gratin, So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna. You said you were gonna let that rest, you liar. I did, but It's going to be fun.
Oh, it is going to be fun.
Now,
I'll grab that.
a normal person would just leave it. We look normal? No, we're going to put a little more cheese on there because I want it to be real cheesy and delicious.
It's kind of getting, oh, there we go.
So it's and what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and then grate this up later for the other one. But yeah, so now it's nice and covered. It's not that much, but it's enough. Okay. Your broiler might be on the underside of your oven if you've got a stove unit.
Sorry, wait.
If you've got a stove unit, your broiler could, if it's electric, it might be in the oven. If it's gas, more likely, it depends on the oven, but it could be underneath in a little drawer. And before you turn your broiler on, take all the cookie sheets out of it before you do that. So we all know that like that was just a storage drawer. It might be, but it's probably not. So I'm going second to the top rack there.
This is like a setup that I thought was so superfluous,
But it isn't.
totally unnecessary. But once you live with one, I mean, if you're ever looking at buying a house and it has this, the house just went up a few notches.
Yeah. So I was very excited because, like, I remember at Ted can attest, his parents had like ovens in the wall in their kitchen, and I always thought that was super cool because it was like, what? The oven is way away from the cooktop? What? So I do like Thanksgiving, like that's my big meal, and so as we move into Thanksgiving time, this gets used a lot because I'm going to be bake rolls. I've got all your sides that you're making. The turkey will be in one of these. So it's good to have it so you have some flexibility in terms of, just being able to have a lot more.
But also just like if you're making fries and chicken fingers.
That's true.
Cook at different temperatures.
That's true. And you don't want, come on, they cook at different temperatures. I have the door cracked. You can do this. The broiler just keeps going. Most of it's low, so I can't just see in there. So I got to keep a good eye because what we're looking for is just to get real brown and delicious. So it's gonna, I think it's about 5 or so minutes. We're gonna leave it in there and let it do its business. But while we're doing that,
You are squirrely tonight.
I am squirrely tonight, but I'm trying to think because I set up an email, sidedishcooking@gmail.com. So if people have suggestions or comments or just basic questions, you can email us there. I'm still trying to track down the best way to do t-shirts or hats or masks with our logo on it. So if you're interested in those, you can, once we get more information, we'll probably have something where you can go to a link and just purchase them there. I don't know what that's going to look like. I've never done this before. If you were here, you could hear the cheese and everything starting to like bubble and crisp and stuff. And that's what we want. We want this to get to a layer. When you're cooking something in the oven and you get that cheese that drips on the cookie sheet and then it like crisps up. You kind of want that. You don't want it burned, but you want to get a sheet in which it's crisp. So you're gonna get a really good cooked potato in there. You're gonna have a really delicious sauce, and you're gonna have a different texture of the thing on top of the cheese, like cap. It's gonna be so good.
What cheeses did you use again?
I used Parmigiano Reggiano, 1 ounce of that, and 1.5 ounces of Gruyere. Or
Only
Gruyere.
that's not true because then you added more.
Well, that's true. Probably go. I mean,
Smells real good.
it does smell good. This was you just have it. So make here. We'll put more back on the other one. So it smells real good. So it's not quite there yet. It's going to take about 5 or so minutes. In this time, I know we've done this before, but what things would you like us to see us do next? As we're moving into fall, we have all kinds of stuff. I know that some of the planned things that we're going to do coming in October and into November is we're going to do Thanksgiving sides. And you're like, why do them in October? Why not do them for Halloween? Because I want you to,
Thanksgiving?
I want to have enough time. Amy's mom suggested I do them in October so that the recipes are available for doing them during November. I know you guys are very worried about what's going on in there. It's going to be fine. Uh-oh. Amy's got a weird look on her face.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
I just am watching it. I'm just watching the cheese get yummy.
It's going to be good. So we're going to have the
We better
Thanksgiving.
do something with German side dishes, or else we might have a revolt on our hands. And also maybe cabbage. Someone is suggesting.
Ooh, we could do coleslaw. We could do a delicious coleslaw.
So, are you going to tell them about the dinner we ordered?
Oh yeah. So there's a service online that Goldbelly, you can pay us if you want, but it's called Goldbelly, and it gives you access to all these different restaurants around the country, famous ones. So Amy's mom ordered us. What were they?
Jackie is right behind you.
Oh, hey, Jack. There's cheese on the ground, so he's like, "I want some cheese." You can't star in this video. This is my video out of the kitchen. But they're from Prismates in Philadelphia. It's Prismati. What is it? Pastrami sandwich, and it's like they send you everything. So they sent us the bread, they sent us the pastrami.
It's okay, I'll keep an eye.
It's getting good. It's getting good. That with the bread, their home house-made slaw, which was really good. It had sweet, but it was like celery. I don't know, and then French fries, and cheese, and you just put it all together in a sandwich. And it's
you heat it up in it.
Yeah, you got to make it. You actually got to make it. But they give you instructions pretty easily on how to do it.
Now we're hitting the point because now the top is like going brown.
Okay, so we're gonna pull this out.
Oh, look at that.
Okay. So.
Wait, hold up. Here we go, people.
Yeah. See, you're gonna want something like that. So.
My camera work was not.
Well, we're doing our best here. Nobody taught us how to do camera work. Nobody taught us how to be charming on camera. It's just natural for me. And for Amy, we're just getting there. And she's doing a hell of a job. You're by your own admission. I'm not humble.
Who's that?
Oh, the whipping cream? Okay. I would let this rest.
Yeah, because it's hot.
It's like lava hot.
Oh, get out.
And so we're not gonna take a bite of this yet. But look, it took us 43 minutes to get here. Your prep is easy to do because really it's like 6 ingredients, something like that. Maybe potatoes, thyme, butter, salt, pepper. There's more than 6, but it's not like 100. So a little bit of prep, a long time in the oven, an hour and 15 minutes is quite a bit of time, but you want the potatoes to get cooked. You don't want to take and get a bite of like a floppy, non-cooked potato that's like, no. We might got there. I don't know. But I think given what we just did, the amount of time it was in there, which was a little bit longer. So we'll have 2 batches here to test and see if one is better than the other. Yeah. I'm going to let this cool down.
Amazing.
It really does smell amazing. And you can touch the top here. It's hot, but it's got that crisp you want. You could probably, if it were me, I'd probably left it maybe 2 more minutes.
Well, I started weirding out about the burn around the edges, but you have to let that go, right?
Yeah, because this is
as the dishwasher though.
I was gonna say this is a real soaker of a dish after you're finished here. You want it to
regardless of what your dish soap tells you.
Yeah, you're gonna have to soak this because it's really burnt on, or not burnt on there. It's really caked on It's cheese, it's cream, it's delicious. So yeah, I mean, I hope
You
you
gonna
make.
dish some of that up?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's do it. It's a little
So
early.
Denise got you this so we can see the
Ooh.
layouts.
Now, let's see if I can do this without making a fool of myself. Oh, okay. What?
Let me
So, if I can push down through the layers like that, then I know that the potatoes are cooked the way I want them to be.
and they're not gonna squeak on your teeth.
Yeah, they're gonna be, and I'm gonna do. Actually, we're gonna take those corners are probably real good, but if we're gonna do this, let's make it look good. Oh.
Wait. It's having a hard time. Like, okay, go ahead and put on the plate. But it's having a hard
Folks.
time, like, seeing.
All right. Look at
There
this.
we go. Okay.
Okay. So a couple of things we can notice here. During cooking, potatoes got soft. Potatoes like sort of layered, but we still have they got cooked, and I can tell just because you can touch them and they're through. It smells ridiculous. You should treat yourself. You should make this. You should tell me how it went.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments. If you make it later, come back, put it in the comments. Send us an email, sidedishcooking@gmail.com. I have.
We have an email?
Well, I set one up. We also have a Twitter, Side Dish Cooking, @SideDishCooking, on Twitter, Facebook. I'm kind of over Facebook. I don't know about you guys. But we're going to try this real quick. Oh my God, this looks ridiculous. Oh, I want to get some of this crunchiness. Oh,
it's going to be so hot.
it's okay.
Don't. Now you just blew your COVID all over it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna love this.
I have my own utensil there.
Well, whatever. We kiss. I think you're gonna be fine. You're gonna want to blow on that.
Okay. I'm gonna take
It's pretty hot, but it's real tasty. I might put a little extra, little salt, a teeny bit of salt, and a little black pepper on the top. It's really, it'll really pop at that point. But that's it. We made it. We made like a thing that is like challenging for people, because it seems like, oh my God, how do I get it to all come together? Well, it's pretty easy. You just take your time, get your stuff set up in beforehand. This is a lot of timing, right? If I didn't have the potatoes sliced and didn't have them in here when that was coming off, then that's going to cool. And we want it to get in there and really get that. Then an hour and 15 minutes in the oven. That's the longest you're going to have to wait. And then another 5 or 10 minutes maybe in the oven. And then you're ready. I'd let it sit. This is
gross.
It's really gross. Don't eat it. But that's it. We did it. We came to another episode. I can't thank all of you enough for continuing to come back every week. It's fun for us to do this, and it's fun when you guys are here kind of chatting it up with us in the chat. And we're hoping that as you tell more people, we can have more interactions. And I'm working right now on some ideas and maybe doing a Wednesday pre-taped episode that's sort of more of the how-to instead of the interactive, and really getting into sort of a few things.
What about the recipes? Your sister said she's still waiting for the mac and cheese recipe.
Watch the episode. Follow along. You can pause it whenever you want.
You're supposed to post the recipe.
Sure, I'm supposed to do a lot of things, but I got a job and other things I have to do around this place. So that's it. Thanks for coming by and watching again with this crazy person behind, in front and behind the camera. And remember to be kind, be loyal, and go do something nice for somebody else. And we'll see you next week. Thank you.